Welcome, 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 everybody. This is Learning and Earning with Courtney Palladino, myself at a Providence, Rhode Island Platinum Consultant.
And I'm Molly Foster out of Las Vegas, Nevada, just returned from a fam trip to Antigua in the Caribbean. So glad to be back and getting the work groove back on.
Today is special because we're actually going over something that you guys probably haven't heard of. But if you can put in the chat box if you've heard of ASTA. Have you guys heard of ASTA before? Please put in chat box if you have or if you haven't, because this could be totally new for you guys. So we're actually going to be going over ASTA, the benefits, what it is, and how you can register yourself for it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. So I'm going to screen share, and Molly, we can now see the chat box now.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good.
Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so ASTA is the American Society of Travel Advisors. So now you guys know what it is. It's something really, really fun, but it's asta.org. Okay, it's actually the world's largest association for travel professionals. Okay, so anybody who is a travel advisor can be a part of ASTA. So really a majority of their members are travel agencies, but however, travel suppliers such as cruises and airlines, hotels, etc., can join ASTA themselves. Okay, but a majority of them are travel agencies such as Archer. Okay, so within this website of the American Society of Travel Advisors, there's a lot of information. So it's definitely something for you guys to definitely kind of play around with. But they always have a daily news, so you can subscribe to their daily news and see what's going on with the latest stuff. So as far as coronaviruses, any funding, anything that they want to tell you about, it's going to be on their latest daily ASTA news. Of course, they have the coronavirus updates of more information, so you know all the cleanliness policies, any updated information on ASTA. We've got select supplier updates on here. So of course you can go to the World Health Organization as well. Okay. And if you keep on scrolling down on here, okay, we always have some upcoming events. Now, a lot of these events for next year, some of them have been already postponed, so we'll go into that in a few minutes. But towards the bottom here, of course, you can select all the different areas that you would want to go into. Okay, so we're actually going to go into their daily newsletter. Okay, so like I said before, their daily newsletter, you can see all of their information of updated stuff, right? Airlines looking for COVID tests, okay, no sale orders. So you can see all the daily stuff that they have, and of course you can backtrack as well. And they actually have a travel advisor magazine. It's an online magazine, so you can definitely go back and save the stuff to your phone or computer and use the pictures and crop stuff out if you needed to for your own personal use. But you can definitely go and apply for the Travel Advisor magazine. Okay, so even here, remember I said anyone could join. As you see, Norwegian Cruise is a partner, Alamo, Enterprise, National, okay, Alliance. Okay, there's AMA Waterways, and we're all a part of those, okay? And as you see, these partners are also with them as well, okay? Now, the other one that I want to show you is under events, right? They have an industry calendar. Now, their industry calendar is actually going to show you all their webinars, all their virtual tours, and any like holiday specials that they're doing, any kind of meetups, like virtual meetups that you guys can do. Now, when you guys are looking at the daily training schedule, some of the stuff I do pull off of here, so you already have it when you look at your daily training schedule. Okay, so there's nothing going on for the rest of the week, but as you see in the past stuff, they've had virtual meetups, right? They have all these extra webinars that you can attend, and some of them I do put on our daily training schedule if I feel it's a good fit for you guys. Okay. And then we're going to keep on going down. And of course, we have the ASTA Global Convention. So the Global Convention for 2021 is going to be in, drum roll please. It's loading. But it's going to be in Chicago of 2021 next year. Who's been to Chicago? I've been a multitude of times. They have a really cool rubber ducky race, if you guys haven't heard of the rubber ducky race. Oh my goodness, my computer is loading. But anyway, they have the national convention, the global convention in Chicago. So it's really, here we go. The best of travel advisors are going to be there. They're gonna, cover a bunch of information, but it's really for inspirational, educational, all sorts of entertainment. So look, they had more than 150 advisors registered for the Chicago already. Okay, I know they already had a virtual one already. Look, they had 2,000 people attend the virtual one for this year. That's impressive for a virtual convention, right? Okay, so you can attend the Chicago one for next year for the global convention for next year. Okay, so of course when you're going back and you can scroll down and see all the extra stuff, right? They have video libraries for any other information, any courses that you would want to take as well. Okay, so I'm going to let Molly go on to our next topic.
Okay, so I'm going to, I guess I'll share my screen then, yeah?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so one of the things that you're going to find that's different, that's really important to point out, is that ASTA is not going to send you a physical card. Like the CLIA cards, if you guys order those, they're probably coming in the mail. Mine's coming today. You're not going to get a physical card for CLIA. This is more of like an online-based membership where you get invited to events. So I'll give you guys an example. So Courtney is in, what was your district again? In Providence?
Southern, yeah, Providence, Connecticut, Rhode Island.
Okay, so there's not a region in every state. For example, here in Nevada, we don't have one. So ours is Southern California. So they have these local events, well, right now they're virtual, that you can attend. So in the Southern California region, one of my agents and I, we were on a bingo that they had for our area. And I actually won a prize. If you guys can see my screen, I haven't opened it yet. It just came in the mail. It's a nice package from the Los Cabos Tourism Board. And I won a bingo board, and so they sent me gifts. So make sure that if you do get an ASTA membership, that number one, you get put into the correct region, because they actually put me in South Carolina by accident. Then I had to send an email and they fixed it. And two, make sure that you're signed up for the emails with ASTA so that you can follow in the local stuff, because you'll get to meet really high volume travel advisors all over your region, the country, and the world. And a lot of people that are in ASTA are who you want to learn from, because they're billing and they're booking more than 3 million plus. I just met a girl on a fam trip, and she's also a member of ASTA. Just her sales for Jamaica this past year was 1.5 million. So these are the kind of people that you want to learn and grow your business with. So we're going to touch on some of the events that are coming up. And another thing to note is, for those of you who have heard of FAM, right, familiarization trips, typically the events, expos, conventions, conferences, and summits that are offered through ASTA are not free. So don't be scared to invest some money in your own business, because A, it's a tax write-off, so you can write off everything that you spend, but B, you're going to be learning more information than, these seminars and webinars that we do on Zoom and through Evolution and Archer. This is industry-wide. So they're going to have CEOs, CFOs, COOs, district manager, brand directors, brand development managers that are come here and teach you exactly what to sell and how, and give you all the tools and the marketing materials that you need to be able to take your business the next level in terms of commissions and earning and income. So the ones that I wanted to highlight really quickly, so we do have 4 agents so far that are going to be going to Croatia. It was postponed from this past year, and now it's going to be in April. So we are going to Croatia. I'm not certain if they have scholarships available or not still. I think those already expired. But if you're looking to travel and learn at the same time, these are all really good ideas. Once you have a membership and you log into your portal, there's a section that talks about educational and fam trips, and you just click on that. And it gives you all the information for any type of expo that they're going to do. So this one happens to be in Dubrovnik. They pick out a specific hotel. They do provide transportation to and from the hotel. Typically, it's a double occupancy room, so you can bring someone with you. You'll get free breakfast, things like that. The thing that you'll need to pay attention to in the moment, though, is the restrictions for the COVID testing. Croatia has a 72-hour policy similar to Hawaii. It's a different test, but you have to get somewhere in Europe. If you're on the West Coast or even the East Coast, sometimes it takes a while to get there. So if you guys are thinking about signing up for ASTA, and then you get an account and you want to start coming with us to these events, just pay attention to the restrictions. So they're going to provide tours, discounts if you want to stay longer and do other tours, discounts on those group tours as well, educational seminars. I always bring an extra bag when I'm at these conferences because they'll give you so many pamphlets and things that you can take home to your home office, use for social media, use for marketing, whatever it may be. And you're going to get the business cards directly of the people that you can work with whatever brand it might be, right? Educational seminars, access. You can even have business-to-business appointments one-on-one during these expos and things. So I highly recommend it if you have a chance to kind of get out of your comfort zone and start actually traveling, not for vacation, but for educational purposes. It really does make a difference. One of the things I believe Courtney and I are going to go to this together is called a legislative day. So if you guys have been watching politics, not to get political, but what happens is they actually give advisors the chance to go to Capitol Hill and talk to people that make the laws for the travel industry in our country. And so you get to have one-on-one meetings with like senators, congressmen, governors. They set all that stuff up for you on Capitol Hill. And it's a 2-day thing. So the first day is a seminar, and the second day you actually get to have private meetings. So they really do kind of say you need to be there for at least the full 2 days. Again, there are costs associated with this one. They did pick out the hotel. I think it's at the Park Hyatt, but it gives you all the information that you need to make a decision. If it's something that you might want to do, you can click on the rates. You can look and see how much it is. Don't be scared by the price because, again, this is tax deductible. So if you decided that you wanted to go with us to DC in May, it would be $299 as long as you book it before the 31st. And then, of course, that's to get into the conference and to be able to set up those appointments. And they do all of the logistics for you once you're there. They schedule everything. Okay, so that's that. And then depending on what's happening in ASTA, there are scholarships available on occasion. You just have to keep an eye out for them because they're not always available. Let me go back to the home. If there is some sort of scholarship available, you would be able to just Google asta.org and see if you can find maybe like a discounted membership, right? So the registration and the fee is $199. And I have seen some discount codes floating around that would make it about $150. So about $50 off. So you would log into your portal and this is where you would pay for everything. It tells you what chapter you're in. It tells you when you were last logged on. You can add a photo. You can add the name of your company or your business personally. So independent advisor representative, that's me, paid until August 31st, 2021. So it lasts for a rolling calendar year, which is great. And then I think I'll toss it back over to Courtney if you want to just quickly talk a little bit more about the profile and how that works and filling that out once you get registered.
Sure. Okay, so here is my profile, and I haven't yet put a picture, but when you guys register, you can obviously register with your agency name, right? So mine is World Explorer Travel. And it'll ask you for your preferred, mailing address. And of course it says paid through, but as you can see, mine's different because I'm in Rhode Island. So my chapter is the Southern New England chapter. Okay, but here's all my business address. Okay, and I haven't quite filled out all of this information on here yet, but it'll ask me for, there it is, my public profile. So when someone goes to my page, okay, it'll say, you know, World Explorer Travel, it have all my information. And when I do finish filling this out, it'll have all of my, you know, social media connections, any host agency connections, my location, my website, etc. Have all of this information on here. Okay, so you'll be able, and it'll ask you a couple of questions, and I'm trying to find where it was. Molly, if you remember.
For which one?
It had showed us all the questions as far as, it'll ask you guys like what of your interests, like what your niches are, what you've booked before. Even if you haven't, you just tell them that you know, you're interested in these particular areas.
I'm looking.
Where is it?
It might be right when you first do the registration for the first time that kind of like pops up and it makes you choose.
Maybe.
So you can go back and do that. But if you guys are really thinking about taking this business more to a full-time level, this is definitely a membership that would be very advantageous for you to get. And then ASTA is also very strict. So if they say that a deadline for the price of $299 ends at midnight on December 25th, it's going to end. They don't extend things. So they're very strict on when they say something closes or for a discounted pre-registration fee, you need to make sure that you write those deadlines and those dates in your calendar as well.
Right. They're very, yeah. So here's your registration options, right? Like Molly says, it is $249. So you would click on the travel advisor advanced registration on here, and then it'll take you, you know, if you want to do a donation, you can do a donation if you'd like. If not, you can proceed to the checkout area. I'm not going to fully do it because of course I already have done. Actually, this is the global convention run. I think it was having me register for that.
And the promotional code that you saw at the bottom there is important too, because once you start checking your email every day, they actually do send out those promo codes to the advisors who are already in the system. So for these events and conferences and things, you might be able to get some sort of discount for registering, especially early.
Right, so the global convention one for in August of next year for Chicago, it says register today and save $200 on the full convention rate, no code needed, plus register with flexibility. Okay, so if your plans change and you can't join us, we'll extend our refund policy to allow full refund through December 31st of next year probably. So I would just make sure you read all the information. So they do lay everything down on the table for you so you don't have to second guess what everything is.
And then for all the information that you put into your profile with ASTA, it's going to be different than the agent profiler through Agent Universe. So just be prepared that you might have to sit down and spend a few minutes going through what specialties or what experience that you do have, because there is a way that you can send out the link on ASTA as well to clients or to promote yourself. So it may take you an extra few minutes to get that set up, but it's also another good idea.
And there are trainings on here as well, but of course with these trainings you would have to pay for. So Molly and I don't pay for any of these trainings. I mean, we give you guys enough trainings and that you can really get all of your information through Rising Tide and Evolution and Archer Travel for free with the cost that you had already paid for, right? So you necessarily don't have to. But of course, if you're wanting to, you know, go above and beyond and go past what it is that you want to do, that by all means, it's your business. You do as you please. Just make note that if you are going to, it is, you know, tax write-offs for you as well. So definitely keep all of your, you know, keep paper trail of your stuff.
And one good example of that is the virtual travel advice. I think it's $299. Sorry, it's called verified travel agent. And so that's just, I think they'll go into kind of stuff like IATA would do, where you get specialized in like aviation and airline stuff, and then you get specialized in cruise things. So it's going to go really, really into depth and be more training. Again, there are costs associated. You would, if you do register for something that costs money, definitely set aside maybe 2 to 3 hours a night, at least during the week, to make sure that you get those accomplished so that your money is actually rewarding you and you actually get the training that you paid for. I would take that on as a part-time side project as well. If
yeah, they're very very informative. It's just, there's a lot of information that they're going to let you know, and it's not something. I mean, you're dealing with a whole society here of information, so it's not going to be on a Zoom where you can unmute and ask questions. If that makes sense.
Yep. Let me just go through the chat box here. Okay, we do have some question about the regions. Let me, I believe it's under chapters and communities. If you can pull that up, the third right there, get involved. And then the third tab down, chapters and communities, it should pull up a map. And so for Layla, it'll let you know where you are.
Right here, there's Hawaii.
So Hawaii doesn't have
view
that.
upcoming chapters, events near you, visited. Chapters with hyperlinks have individual chapter websites.
Oh, I see. Okay, so whatever that is south of Southern California, that would be your region for Hawaii. I can't see the screen, it's a little small. Could be San Diego. Yeah.
So it's all Southern California area, this whole thing right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that would be you. So Southern California would be you. So as you see, they kind of separate everything. So I'm over here, so that's why it says, you know, Connecticut, Southern New England area. So that would be mine, right? So anyone who's in over here, they have all those little dots to connect you, so you know exactly which region is yours.
And then we had another question. So you're actually going to be filling out an individual agent membership. Archer does have the business membership. They pay something like $30,000+ a year to have that for them, and you know, for us to be associated with them. So this would be an individual membership for you. And you guys can actually access that without having a membership on their main page as well. It'll show you all when you're looking to join.
So ASTA.org, okay, so on here, ASTA.org is where I went to because I logged off. Get involved, join and renew. Okay, and then it'll come up to the screen.
And Liz, you do have to be a member to go to the convention. What's going to happen is there's two prices. So you're either going to pay a higher price and it's going to include your membership, or if you're already a member, it's going to be a lower price. So if you look here at travel agencies, you can see exactly how much Archer paid. It's quite a lot of money. If you want to snoop on that later, you can.
So Ariana is asking about
Seattle.
Seattle has its own, so let me open this up. Okay,
Greater
so
Seattle.
here's Seattle, so it would be this whole thing right here, all of this, this whole thing. So Greater Seattle, I guess it has Northwest Virtual, Greater Portland. But you know, when you sign up, it's going to assign you your region. Okay, it's going to assign you your chapter. Okay, so you don't have to actually put it in. It'll tell you by the address that you're located in. Of course, with, you know, there could be some errors, so you just have to just message them. But when I signed up, it already told me, because I was in Rhode Island, that the Southern New England is where I would be located.
And just double check that they put you in the right region as well.
But as you can see on the chapters here, right, here's all the states here. So you can kind of see where you would be, right? So if I click on, let me see, where is mine? Okay, there's Connecticut. Okay, but on here it tells me Southern New England, which includes Connecticut and Rhode Island.
And everybody that you meet when you start to kind of network inside of your regions, these are full-time travel professionals. Some work virtually, some work in a brick and mortar, some own their own multi-million-dollar travel agencies. So really get to know the people that are in your area, especially when the meetups start happening again.
Okay. Any questions so far?
I think we covered all the questions so far. All
Yes,
right.
all recordings will be posted in Rising Tide 3 once available.
And there is a hashtag, once you guys are a member, it's called ASTA Strong. I'm putting it in the chat. If you want to use this hashtag for your social media, you definitely can.
And also, like, you can download their logo. So it's something you can add onto your email already. So when you have your email set up with, you know, your name, your phone number, whatever you want to put on your email, you can have this logo on there because you are a member.
Let me see if I can pull up my email so you guys can see what I did just to get an idea. Let me see if this will load.
Let me see. Let me know when you're ready. Here it is, member logo. So you can get the member logo. You have to log in, but it'll ask you to download it.
While I do that, if you guys have any other questions, just let Courtney know. Just trying to get into my other email. And of course, it didn't save my password. I can't get into it. But if you're a member of CLIA, use that one. If you're a member of ASTA, you know, brand yourself as a travel professional on any email that you send out on your travel business email, letting people know that, you know, you're open for business no matter where they want to book, that you're, you know, going to get your verifications and your certifications through ASTA. So, you know, you're on the up and up when it comes to the inside information on the travel and tourism industry. These are also some good articles that you could post on your Facebook business page or your Instagram or your stories, or if you have a blog or a website. This is just current events that all people are going to be asking when they're starting to travel. We get a lot of questions every single day.
That's as Francesca asked. When they ask me, am I a member of what should I pick? Are you asking about the membership?
So does it give you an option for IATA number? Just let us know in the chat. We'll try to help you.
If there's a spot for the IATA number, then you can put Archer's IATA number.
And then for the picture, again, you just want to use a professional headshot or have someone, you know, take a nice picture of you next to the Christmas tree or something with your face done, just so that, you know, you're representing your brand well. And the company name, you'll put your brand. So Courtney's Evo World Explorers, I'm OK Travels, whatever brand that you came up with that you're using for your business cards and your email signature, that's what you would put in your company name, because this is your individual site and membership.
Okay. Any other questions, guys?
See if I can get this pulled up now. Pretty short training today.
Yeah, and you know, even during the holidays, a lot of these suppliers and memberships like ASTA do special giveaways, hint, hint. So we've gone on a couple of them. Even our past Norwegian one was gave away $25,000 in prizes, which was the whole hour was just giveaways. So.
All right, I've got my email signature pulled up. You guys can you guys see my screen? Just let me know.
Yes.
Okay, so what I did on my email was I created a logo for free. I think it was logister.com. You just Google a free logo builder. And then below it, I put the CLIA and the ASTA logos. And so every time I send out a business email from my travel Gmail, this pops down at the bottom. So you can redesign it how you want it to, bigger, smaller, in a different order. But I definitely recommend that once you start getting these memberships that you add that to your email signature line as well.